too. Well, the alternator crapped out on the 97 Tahoe, so I'm going to do a speed change and see how long it takes me to get this done. It's simple, but just for shits and giggles, let's time it. 550 and go. All right, first thing first, battery terminal. I know it's bad because I got him to start it this morning and the little battery symbol was lit up, and I got my what the hell is it called, a V something, I forget. Okay, got a tensioner down here on the bottom. Just put a 1/2 inch ratchet in there and twist it to the left. Take the tension off the drive belt. I think it's called a VEEPEAK or something like that. And hooked it up, and sure enough, I have a got a bad had 11.5 volts coming off of the alternator itself, or reading 11.5 volts for system voltage. So yeah, that sucks. That's no good. It's no bueno. All right, I got a again a 1/2 inch ratchet, 1/2 inch drive to get the belt loosened. There are two 13mm bolts, not really 13mm, but the head's 13mm, holding the alternator in the front. Got one there, got one down here. I'm gonna have to run and get a wrench because there's not enough room between the heater hose connection and the back of the alternator to take the positive terminal loose off the alternator. So let me run and get that right quick. All right, there's 2 bolts out. I think that's 12, but yeah. So I got a 12mm nut on the back. No, it isn't. That's 13. Good thing I got a 13mm wrench. Big ass screwdriver to pry it out of the bracket. Then I got one more plug here. Be careful with that, so I'm gonna break it because it's old. And it's out. All right, 6 minutes. Let's go get this thing changed out. Ooh, listen to that. Ready to be changed out anyway. Okay, BRB. All right, you guys, I'm back. Oh, hang on a second. Let me get time check. And that 6 minutes was actually me running back to the garage to get a big screwdriver and a wrench to take the nut off the post in the back. Went over to the guys at AutoZone, and Christopher hooked me up with a new alternator, new rebuilt, new to me, and even put it on the tester before I left the store. So he made sure that this thing was working like it's supposed to. And I didn't mean to, but I did. I kept the nut off of the old alternator because you can never tell when you're going to reuse these things. Let me make sure the thread's locked. Yeah, so this is a same thread pitch, so I'm going to use the nylock nut on it. This came with a lock washer and a nut, but I'm going to use the nylock on it. So reverse order, we're going to put oh, it is 6:30, so reverse order. Set the alternator back in. Plug in the leads. Stick it in place. This is a lot faster, obviously, than the old Volvo alternator changeout I did for my mom. That was actually a 2-video set, and first time I did it took me 4 hours for that piece of shit alternator. Just a bad, I mean, not a bad design, but front wheel drive sucks. So I got the alternator in place. Snug fit. Come on. Gotta get these things lined right up, or they don't want to. There we go. Woo! They want to communicate, cooperate. I think I was talking about using my code scanner to check this morning. This is it right here. It plugs into the OBDII plug under the dash, and I downloaded what was it called? I forget. I downloaded an app on my iPhone. There weren't a lot that were iOS compatible. There was a bunch that were Android compatible, and I don't have an Android phone, nor do I have an Android tablet, so I got one that was iOS compatible, and saw that it was putting out 11.5 volts this morning when I got ready to leave for work because the battery light came on, and knew that I wouldn't be able to make it back to work, make it to work and back. So that was when I decided to take my other old trusty, pick them up. There we go. Bad I don't have a ratchet wrench, or this would go really fast. My boot back on the post. The terminal. Done, done, done. Last but not least, ta-da. Done. Check. 6:36. 12 minutes. Aside, you know, from the time to go get the new part. So let's fire it up and see what kind of voltage we get. Okay, here's the little reader I was telling you about. It's called a VEEPEAK, model VP01. Thing about it though is this does not work on my 01 Silverado. I don't know why. I know that my Silverado has more pins on the plug. It has more than the 97 Tahoe here, but Tahoe. Plug it in. There we go. Familiar device. All right, here we go. I've got the see how we can do this without the sun crushing us. The VEEPEAK transmits a wireless signal. You go to your wireless settings in your phone and hook up to Wi-Fi OBDII. we're hooked up. And let's go find the... And here we are. Where's my battery voltage? Is right here. It's showing 12 volts. It's showing 0 volts because I have not connected yet. Let me go back and connect. Interface connected. Reading vehicle information. Now let's go back to the dashboard. There we go. 11.8 volts. I was reading 11.5 this morning when I realized I had a problem. Let's see what happens. Look at there. Nice. 14 volts. Yay! Yeah, that was reading 11.411. It was reading 11.8 when I first started the car this morning, the truck this morning. When I leave for work, it's typically 6 o'clock, 6:15. Still dark. As soon as I turn my headlights on, that dropped to about 11.1 or 2. So, yeah, speaking of batteries, how about that? And there it is. So this is the VEEPEAK interface. It's kind of small. There's some other ones out there that have different interfaces, but this one's kind of small. I'm not a... Well, if I can get the reflection from the sun out of it. But there it is. Engine temp is... I just started, so it's nice and still cold. Let me back out. The zoom sucks on this camera. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, so that's it. Alternator change in probably less than 10 minutes, not including the time to go get the part from AutoZone. Took me about 5 minutes to get it out, and I think 5 minutes to put it back in business. All right, everybody, take it easy. We'll check in with you guys on the next one. Adios. And another thing, my temperature gauge on my truck is apparently off. This is showing about 145, 150, and my temperature gauge is barely off of 100. This was always suspect. Because even in driving in traffic, it never got above 165, which is the middle mark because they don't mark it. That's 165. It's halfway between 100 and 210. And never got above 165, but you can see right now I'm at about 110, 115. And it's actually, focus, about 150. So I think I need a new temperature sending unit. And another thing, there's the battery light the battery symbol I was telling you about that I saw when I started it up this morning. So yeah, that's it.